go time.
It is go time, people. Alright, guys. We are back once again with another My Thoughts video. And
we're back!
Yeah, I'm back with my buddy Joe here. This time around, we're going to be talking about Rob Zombie's 3 from Hell.
Hell yeah.
Which was a pretty good film. We're going to be going over all of it. And this is going to have spoilers in here. So if you haven't seen the film and you don't want to be spoiled, you might not want to watch this video.
Better stop watching now because we are going to give some motherfucking spoilers.
That's right. So here we go. Rob Zombie's 3 from Hell, I want to say, was a pretty good film. It held up really well, and I liked it actually better than A House of a Thousand Corpses.
Same here.
But not as good as The Devil's Rejects. It's close.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, no. But it's pretty good. It holds up well. I thought the movie was pretty good, and even though it wasn't executed, it could have been better, but I can understand why it wasn't as good as what it could have been, because I think Rob Zombie had a little less than 30 days to shoot that film.
Well, I mean, you gotta figure he had like 30 days, but then he had he also only had that little tiny little budget too that
right.
He couldn't.
I think he only had like a $2 or $3 million budget. So
yeah, I think if he would have had a bigger budget and more time,
right,
he could have made he could have made that movie 10 times
better. Yeah,
better.
But all in all, it was a pretty good film, though. It was kind of odd to see well-known stars get fucking killed off really quickly.
Yeah, Danny Trejo.
Yeah, Danny Trejo's only in the movie, I want to say about 2 minutes or less.
Okay, here's the problem I had with that. With them having Danny Trejo in there.
Yeah.
They never I guess, he had forgotten who Bill Moseley was.
Right.
Like when they're riding in the back of the truck, and he's like, Bill Moseley looks up and goes, "I remember you." And Danny Trejo goes, "Well, I don't remember you." He's like, "You will, motherfucker."
Yeah.
And even when he killed him, Danny Trejo asked him, "Who are you?" And all he simply says is, "Payback's a motherfucker."
Yeah.
Or something. And he's like, "What?" And he just blows his brains out. I was like, dude, you should have said something. You should have let him know. You should have let him know who the fuck you were. I was like, dude. Should have said something like, "Oh, do you remember,
And also, it really wasn't Danny Trejo and the Devil's Rejects that, went after Bill Moseley. It was DDP that actually kicked Bill Moseley's ass.
But you gotta figure Danny Trejo was with them. Danny Trejo, But here's the thing, what I don't get. You go back and you watch the Devil's Rejects, you would see that Bill Moseley and Danny Trejo never had any interaction.
Right.
The only time that Bill Moseley would have seen Danny Trejo is when he got thrown out the window and he
loaded up into the ride.
Yeah, was holding baby back while DDP was beating the shit out of him. So it's like, unless you got a glance of him and can remember him all these fucking years later, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So. But yeah, that was kind of odd. It was kind of odd to see him only in the movie less than 2 minutes and gone. The same thing with Captain Spaulding.
Yeah, I can understand with Sid Haig.
Sid Haig, yeah. Sid Haig. The reason why Sid Haig, for those who don't know, that wasn't in the movie is because I read an interview that Rob Zombie was saying something like Sid Haig was in the hospital. Right before they started, or I want to say 3 weeks before they started shooting, and he lost a lot of weight and he couldn't really film.
That's what Rob Zombie's, because when I watched it with the commentary on, he was talking about how when he went to the hospital to go see Sid, it said he was not the same Sid Haig that we've come to know.
He's lost a lot of weight.
The Corpses, Devil's Rejects, he was a big, burly guy.
Yeah, plus he was 80 years old,
Yeah, but he said when he went to see him in the hospital, he had lost I mean, not just like he lost a little bit of weight.
He lost a lot.
He lost a shit ton of weight.
Yeah.
He was tiny and scrawny.
Yeah, you could definitely tell in the Through From Hell.
When you watch this part in there, you could tell that there was something,
right.
Something wasn't right. But,
so rather,
I did like the way they did it, because you got to figure,
right.
Between the end of Devil's Rejects and Free From Hell, there was 10 years
difference. Yeah. On top of that, at least Rob Zombie was able to get him in for one day to do 1 day shoot with him sitting in the chair doing that like little interview at the beginning of the movie. So at least rather than having him completely out of the film, at least Rob was able to
brought him in. Even though they just brought him in to fucking kill him off. But I can understand, because Rob had to have known that Sid Haig wasn't going to live much longer.
Well, even from
if I continue on and do these movies, I have to give Sid Haig a write-off.
Right. Well, also, I believe Sid Haig was saying that this will probably be his last filmed movie that he did, which I believe it was. It was the last film that he actually played in. Although he's got another film that's coming out next year, but it was filmed before he did the Rob Zombie's Three From Hell. Sometimes movies, you when they get filmed, you don't see them come out for like a year, maybe 2 years. It depends. Certain films get put on hold.
It's like that one movie me and you saw a trailer of years ago, that damn Kill Shot movie.
Yeah, Kill Shot.
And that movie didn't even cut. We saw the trailer,
and
the movie didn't even come out till like a fucking year later.
No, it came out a couple of years later, actually.
I know.
It was crazy. And a lot of the scenes that were in the trailer did not show up actually in the movie.
Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah, Johnny Knoxville's whole part was cut completely out of that film. I was like, wow. But anyways, we're sidetracking a little bit.
I know. Well, we're just giving everybody a general idea what we're talking about here.
Right.
I don't want to go off script, but sometimes, sorry, people, that's what we do sometimes.
Yeah, we love movies, man. We love movies. We can talk about movies all night long, man. I'm telling you.
Damn right. Because we are pretty much. Well, at least I am. I don't know about you, Kim, but I know I'm a fucking movie encyclopedia, dude.
Dude, I'm a movie buff, just like you. I've been to movie. I got you into movies, bro. Don't forget that.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But I take a lot more to movies than just watching them. I study,
Yeah, same here.
Actors, actresses, this and that. It's like,
right. But yeah, Bill Moseley, he only has like a short 2-minute scene at the beginning, which was pretty good. Also, Danny Trejo.
You talk about Sid Haig, all right?
Or yeah, my bad, Sid Haig. Sid Haig, he has only a 2-minute scene. At least Rob Zombie was able to bring him in. On top of that, the movie itself, there was some really good dialogue scenes. The only problem that I had with the movie personally was there was too much usage of the slow motion in the movie.
Yeah.
I think he needed to scale that back somewhat and just, let the movie flow more and only use slow motion at certain times, but he seemed to use that a lot.
There was one part of the movie that I thought the slow mo shit was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Was when Baby was chasing that one naked chick.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I love how they go in the kitchen and she grabs a knife, trying and she's looking at her like, oh, you want to do knives? Okay.
And that also reminds me, right beforehand, or a little bit beforehand, there's this clown that shows up to the warden's house, and I don't know why the fuck he's there. It's Ron Howard's brother. And Clint Howard, and he has he also has a small scene, and he's trying to make them laugh because Bill Moseley and Baby has captured them.
If you make us laugh, you can go. But he's like, what if I don't? Then he's like, that's not going to be a good thing for you.
Right. He ends up pissing his pants, making them laugh, but he still gets fucking killed anyways.
You know what? And that's bullshit. He still fucking kills them.
Of course.
He's like, I could go now, right? He's like, is he free to go? He's like, Oh yeah, straight to clown heaven.
Yeah. And but the thing is, the clown shows up for the warden's house.
Yeah, but then it's like, the warden and his people don't know, like the warden's wife when they hear the knock at the door, like, he's like, it's no one. We're not expecting anybody.
Right. So it's like
okay, then why is this fucking clown here?
Yeah,
like, who called the fucking clown?
Yeah, that threw me off. I'm like, who called the fucking clown to come over? So the reason why it was at the warden's house or whatever, Bill Moseley went to the house to capture them.
Because he wanted to get baby out of fucking jail.
Right. So he captured the warden to get his sister out of jail. But then this clown shows up. I'm just like, where's this going?
Like, what the fuck? I mean, why is there no explanation? What the fuck this clown is doing at the fucking house?
I mean, it's a cool scene. It just doesn't, like, you could have totally edited that out of the film.
Right. It didn't fit. It was like, okay, why the fuck is this clown here?
Right. I mean, like I said, it was a cool scene, but he could have easily cut that out of the film, and it wouldn't have changed anything,
Yeah.
And then during the film, they go to a motel. Baby ends up killing. Actually, she gets taken out of the prison by the warden.
Uh-huh.
She ends up killing Dee Wallace or strangling her ass to death, whatever.
Gave that bitch a good old fashioned chokehold.
Right. Oh yeah, and Dee Wallace set her up too during the film. She had two women
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
When it took her down to that one thing to have her attacked by those other two chicks.
Yeah, to try to have her killed, but she ended up killing the two women.
That was actually a pretty good. I gotta say, that was a pretty good damn scene because
it was cool.
Like, you don't know what the hell's going on. Like, you see the one girl's got a hold of baby, and the girl's like, well, like, I thought, that she was stabbing the shit out of baby. Did you see the blood start splattering the floor?
Yeah.
And then when Dee Wallace comes back, he's like, did you take care of that? And dude, I gotta say, Sherry Moon never looked so damn evil. Like when they showed her, like when the camera pans up and you see her standing there, like, oh yeah, I took care of that, all right.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, dude, she looks so fucking psycho.
Oh yeah, she's
like, damn.
Yeah, there was another scene. This reminds me, while she was in jail, to let y'all know, she was kind of going loony over the 10 years that she was locked up. And there was one scene where she was just laying on the ground in her cell, and she's looking through this, what do you call it? A vent. She's seeing like an illusion where this person is dressed up like a cat doing this odd dance, and I thought, man, that's trippy shit.
Yeah, for some reason, and that's another thing they never explain. Like, in this movie, she had a thing, like, if you see all her tats, across her chest,
yeah,
she has a tat of a cat.
Yeah, she has some sort of thing for cats. But then now, afterwards, after she got taken out, they go to a motel. She ends up killing some guy. After
you know who that guy was, don't you?
Yeah, he looks familiar.
Yeah, that was what the fuck was his name?
I don't know.
He was in other movies. But he was always been like, he was Sean Whalen.
Okay.
Is the guy's name, and he plays like small roles in like other horror movies. Like,
right.
Do you remember the movie The People Under the Stairs?
Oh yeah.
He was the one guy that was in the wall. Like, they talk about his tongue cut out, and he was running loose in the walls.
Yeah.
That's him.
Oh, right on. But, he ends up getting killed, and then they end up going to Mexico.
Yeah.
And then that's when the shit really is on, because the time they go to Mexico, they end up going into, like, a bar or whatever, getting drunk, partying with some girls and shit, and there's a lot of naked girls in the film.
And I tell you what, one of the funniest lines I heard in that movie that made me laugh so much, when Otis is laying in the bed with the two naked chicks, and the one chick goes and it's like, like, I found some more tequila. He's like, all right, now I get to taste you two out of my fucking mouth.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. And then,
I thought that was fucking hilarious.
The bartender guy notices who they are, and then he ends up calling this dude, which was Danny Trejo's son, in the movie, and he ends up, which is a really badass dude. He ends up calling getting his homeboys the next day to come out. They were called the Satan something.
Satan's Destroyers or Satan's Killers or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. And when they came in, the little the midget guy was he was pretty cool, by the way. That small guy.
Well, you know who that little midget guy was?
Yeah, it was a dude from 31.
Yeah, he was a little midget dude from 31
that
had like the psycho clown.
Yeah, the Nazi type clown shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this time he plays like a more nice, cool guy, trying to help out the Three from Hell people. And
you know what? Hey, you know what? I do feel like that was a big mistake. Like when the guy, the main bad guy, had a chance to kill that guy off, and he tells him, he's like, "You're not even worth a bullet." I was like, dude, if you would have killed that guy, like that scene when they had the fight scene at the end, it would have been so different, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, the Three from Hell people would have been in trouble. But yeah, they have their I don't know what you call them, those luchador Mexican type guys coming. Yeah, with the luchador Mexican masks on. They come in with machine guns.
I actually thought that was actually pretty fucking cool.
That was cool. That's a cool concept. They come in and they don't just try to look for the guys Three from Hell. They fucking kill everybody. They didn't give a fuck.
Like they even killed the prostitutes.
They didn't give a fuck. They were just killing everybody who was in their way, in their eyesight. Man, I was like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah. Another part that I love when Bill Moseley confronts the one guy who set him up, and they're sitting in the car, and the guy's like begging for his life, like, come on, man, let's split the money, man. You want it 50-50, 60-40, 70-30?
Yeah.
Like, how about that? Are we cool? And then Bill Moseley goes, is like, he thinks for a second, he's like, yeah, we're cool. And he's like, oh, man, I knew you'd see it my way.
Yeah.
As soon as he says that, Bill Moseley just...
Yeah, he sprays his ass down with a machine gun in the car.
And I love where the guy, after he gets done shooting him, the guy falls forward and hits the steering wheel of his car, and you hear the fucking La Cucaracha playing.
Yeah, he totally kills his ass.
I love Bill Moseley, how he just looks at him and goes, fucking rat.
Yeah, because the bartender was the one who called these Satan's whatever gang to come out, Satan's killers, to come out and, to get these guys. So yeah, his death scene was pretty epic, just spraying his ass in the car with the machine gun. But yeah, then Baby's like dressed up as like an Indian shooting these fucking luchador Mexicans with the fucking bow and arrow and shit.
Yeah, dude,
that was pretty cool.
I have to say, all the movies I've seen with Sherry Moon, I have to say, I liked her a lot in fucking Three from Hell. Like I liked her more in Three from Hell than I liked her in Those Rejects or How 1,000 Corpses, because she had more of like a badass role in this. Like she was not scared. Like she was, like the midget guy tells her at one point, like when they see them coming, is like
to hide.
And she's like, I don't fucking hide.
Yeah, and he tells her to hide anyways, and goes and warns Bill Moseley that these motherfuckers are coming to kill you.
Yeah, and remember what he said? He said, Satan is coming to kill you. I didn't say. Yeah, that was a funny scene. The little guy tells Bill Moseley, Satan's coming to kill you, and he's like, what are you talking about? I am Satan. And I thought, man, that was fucking hilarious, man. Then they come in, they kill the hookers and shit. I'm like, damn, they got no mercy, And then so a lot of these luchador guys get killed off. Richard Brake comes in with the shotgun, shooting up these motherfuckers. Yeah, and the dialogue between Richard Brake and Bill Moseley, dude, was fucking. The was a scene where when they're walking outside out into the yard there, and they're like, look, we'll go this way. He's like, don't shoot me in the ass, man. And he's like, and Richard Brake's like, well, get the fuck out of, get out of my fucking way then. And Bill Moseley goes, okay, motherfucker.
Yeah, and then pretty close to the end, Bill Moseley has this cool little machete fight scene with a big Mexican guy.
What he called him in the movie, he called him a Mongoloid.
Yeah, and by then they had captured Baby and Richard Brake and had them tied up. And then the little guy comes and uncuts the ropes or whatever.
Yeah.
But he
winds up getting killed anyway.
Yeah, he ends up getting sprayed down and killed.
He made sure his death did not go for no reason. Like, he freed them, and because he freed them, they killed the rest of his guys and took the. And you know what? I tell you what I did notice about some of that stuff. They were doing certain shout outs to Devil's Rejects, like when Bill Moseley kills the one guy, he tells them like, make sure they're all the way, next time make sure they're all the way dead. That's what Sid Haig said in Devil's Rejects. He's like, make sure I'm all the way dead.
Yeah.
And then another part, what was it? There was another shout out back to Devil's Rejects, remember the scene in Devil's Rejects where they want to leave and they have that one girl and Sid Haig tells them, leave her for a maid to clean up, and Bill Moseley like, I got a better idea. But this time it's between Bill Moseley and Sherry Moon, where she's got the one guy with a knife to his throat. It's like, what are you going to do now? He's like, well, I guess I'll just have my sister slit your fucking throat. And Baby's like, no, I got a better idea.
Yeah, they take the main bad guy, which was Danny Trejo's son, and they burn his ass.
I don't exactly remember the guy's name, but I've seen him in a lot of stuff. He actually played on Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
He was the Mexican bikers leader.
Yeah.
And I've seen him in some other stuff, but
they end up burning his ass in one of his own coffins that they had for the three.
I love when they burn him after he dies, they just look at him and they just turn around and I tell you what, a good shout out to Terry Reid with that song at the end, man. I thought that song at the end was perfect.
Yeah.
But and another thing, when you see them at the very end when they're driving in that car and Babies, that's a thing from earlier in the movie when they're all sitting. Because if you remember in all the movies, Otis always did all the driving.
Yeah.
And in the end, remember Sherry Moon says in earlier in the movie when they're sitting in the van, Bill Moseley and Richard Brake are arguing because they want to, Bill wants to stop, Richard Brake wants to keep moving on, and fucking Bill Moseley tells him like, that's easy for you to say. I'm doing all the fucking driving. He's like, I can barely keep my damn eyeballs open. And Richard Brake saying how he has night blindness and shit. And you hear Sherry Moon go, let me drive.
Yeah.
He's like, what am I fucking speaking Chinese? Let me fucking drive. And Bill Moseley are like, you would get us pulled over within 5 minutes after sliding your ass behind this wheel. And she's like, fuck you. I'm a good driver.
Yeah.
And that's why the ending was set up that way. Bill Moseley's like, fuck it, me and him are going to sit in the back of the car and get fucked up why she, takes her ride. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So all in all, it was a pretty good movie.
Yeah. I hope they make another sequel. I mean, that's what I loved about that, though. One thing they did, they left it perfect for another fucking sequel.
Oh, yeah, they could definitely do another one.
Because my question is this. You see them driving at the end, just driving through the country. It's my thing is, where do they go from here?
Only Rob Zombie knows, because I'm sure he'll end up writing it.
I mean, do they wind up, just cruising the back roads and torturing and killing anybody that comes across, or are they going to try to find somewhere to, to settle down, and
who knows? Maybe the next one will be set in the 90s.
I don't know. I mean, I do think that was like all in all, Three from Hell, great movie.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Like I said, the only problem I had with it was the too many slow motion shots. I think he needed to scale back on that. And
yeah.
And another thing is the movie was good, but it wasn't executed as good as what it could have been. Yeah. But I understand.
Like we said, though, I mean, I can understand with having the short ass budget.
It's short budget, like a $3 million budget.
Yeah, and not enough time.
Yeah, not enough time to really, usually when you film a big movie, you get like, I don't know, 60 to 90 days, something like that, and maybe longer.
He tried to do.
He did this one
like how he did Devil's Rejects, doing it in 30 days.
Yeah, he did this a little less than 30 days, which is not easy to do. But on the Devil's Rejects, he had a much bigger budget.
Oh, yeah.
So, all in all, a good movie. It holds up well. If you're a fan of the other films, I'd say definitely pick this one up. It holds up. I think The Devil's Rejects is still the best, out of the three.
Yeah.
But this one I feel is a little bit better than The House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah, I mean, nothing against House of a Thousand Corpses, but to me that movie was just too fucking tripped out. Like,
it had its own. Right. It had its own tone. It was just kind of like a different type of movie.
Yeah.
The Devil's Rejects and Three from Hell are feel like they're together. The House of a Thousand Corpses feels like kind of almost like a separate movie in a way. It just had its own tone and feel.
Like, in House of a Thousand Corpses, like the look of Bill Moseley, how different it was. Like, you go back and you look at him in House, like, I wish they would have kept him as in the look like he had in House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah, same here, without the big-ass beard.
Yeah, without that big-ass beard and just look more like, I mean, because if you go back and you watch him in House of a Thousand, he was just a fucking psycho.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a different look and whatnot. But it's all good, man. I mean...
but you know what, though? There was one thing that, if you go back and when you watch Three from Hell, you'll see that in this movie, like, Bill Moseley wasn't like that. Like you see, like, some humanity in him. Like when he's like talking with Richard Brake in the motel room, and Richard Brake's telling him about, like, oh, we should go into the movies and go to the XXX movies.
Right.
And Bill Moseley's like, okay, that's a new one. And, like, you actually see, like, some humanity.
I mean, a little bit, yeah, but I mean, all in all, I think Baby, Rob Zombie's wife, was more of the, I want to say, the lead than anybody else. I want to say she's a little bit more of a lead than the rest of the people.
Yeah, I can understand why. I mean, even Bill Moseley says about Sherry Moon when Sherry gets out of the van to go get a motel. And even Bill Moseley said, like, man, she's got wacky. And Richard Brake, like, you're a grumpy motherfucker. He's like, she's just happy to be out. She's like, and he's like, no, man, you don't know her like I do, man. And she's like, she's changed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good movie.
Because, if you go back and you watch Sherry Moon, even like in The Devil's Rejects, she was a little bit out there, but she wasn't. Like she wasn't that out there like she is in fucking Three from Hell.
Yeah, that's because she's been locked up for 10 years.
Yeah, and she's just gone absolute fucking cuckoo. I mean, you spend 10 years in fucking solitary confinement. Yeah, you're gonna lose your fucking mind, man.
A little bit, yeah. So, anyways, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up, guys. That
sounds good, because you know what? I mean, yeah, we better, because I know with me. I could go on and on all damn night about Three from Hell.
Yeah, we don't want to go on too long. This has already gone on for half an hour, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are our thoughts on Three from Hell. It's a good movie if you like The Devil's Rejects. I would definitely say pick this one up. It holds up well. There's a lot of cool, kill scenes, and the ending was just pure badass with those luchador Mexican motherfucking Satan's killers or whatever coming in the town, just killing everybody and shit, man. Like, whoa.
How can Satan kill me? I am Satan.
This crazy shit, man. It's good stuff, though. So, anyways, guys, we're going to wrap this one up. That is our thoughts on Three from Hell, or I should say Rob Zombie's Three from Hell.
Rob Zombie's trilogy.
Yeah.
That's what we should call it.
Hopefully, we'll get a fourth film down the road. We shall see. But, anyways, that's it for this video. We are out of here, and have a great one.
Have a good day, everybody. Later.
Peace.